what seems to be the best trade, and I'm gonna say it like right here, is like maybe one of the best spots to do this trade is to be bearish on the Qs and bullish on the IWM. This is probably the best trade right now in the market, just because of how dominant big tech got. I think big tech got way too dominant. I think we're going to see a correction. Probably nothing like this. Probably nothing like this. Like what we saw back in, obviously, tech bubble bust, right? But I could definitely see this coming back down, being bullish on the IWM, bearish on the Q. So if you don't know how to do pairs trading, or if you've never done it before, I wouldn't do this. Like, you need to definitely want to practice. Make sure you know how to set this up correctly, because if you don't set this up correctly, you can absolutely destroy your account very quickly. But yeah, that to me is one of the better trades in the market right now. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So, and you go back to where the Qs are at. To me, the Qs have a little bit more downside. Have a little bit more downside, even to this trend line that's been going back the past decade and a half or so, about past 12 years. I mean, we have some pretty good room that can drop. And then, I mean, we're looking at a monthly time frame, so we're looking kind of long term. And then the IWM, well, to be pretty honest, I mean, the IWM is kind of mixing in with those pre-COVID highs. We're going to have a pretty solid support level here. Got some support levels it's kind of getting into right now. So, and even here recently, we've seen the IWM kind of slow down on the daily time frame. You can see, like, we got hit pretty good over here on the IWM over the past couple of months, but here recently over the past couple of days, it has kind of turned around. And then today, you got like a 1% alpha over the Qs, because the Qs are just getting wrecked, and they have some pretty big air pockets in here. Definitely one that they're breaching now here on the Qs that can come down pretty good. And then you're going to have another pretty solid one. If you get through that one, there are 333 or so. You're going to have another pretty good one to come all the way down to maybe about 300, 315 to 300, somewhere in there. So there's definitely some good air pockets in there on the Qs. And this is that, past dozen years trend line. So it's got some good amount of room just to get to that. But it seems like the market is basically telling you today, hey, we're done with the Qs. So that's what I would probably be looking to do, is something along those lines. And there's definitely ways to play that. You don't have to play it just bullish Qs, bearish IWM, but yeah, that would be how I would do it. Ali said, how will this trade look? Yeah, so if you've never done it, I would definitely practice it on paper trading, because I mean, it's going to depend on your broker. Some brokers are very easy to set up pairs trading. Very easy. Like, they allow you to set up pairs trading in their platform. Like, it's very common. If you have to, and the other kind of bright spot, if the broker allows you to do that, is they will set up the risk correctly. Some brokers don't allow you to do pairs trading, right? And if they don't allow you to do pairs trading, these will look like completely different positions. They will look completely different. And so your risk will be will not be in sync, and be kind of not yeah, it will look like your risk is outsized more than it is. So that's just kind of where I don't. It definitely just depends on your broker. But what you're looking to do is to be bearish, which would be probably like a negative position on the Qs, and then a bullish or a positive position on the IWM. And then if you're going to actually set this up, what you want to do is it's not about the number of shares, right? It's not about the number of shares, right? Because the Qs are actually 2 times the size roughly of the IWM. So you want to take your dollar amount. So like if you'd actually do this, what you would want to do is you would want to buy the same number of shares that you were looking to short the Qs. So that's what you would want to do. And roughly, you can see here roughly the Qs compared to IWM, that's roughly 2.14 currently. So there's roughly, you would need to buy 2 shares of IWM to roughly offset 1 bearish share of the Qs. Okay, roughly. So that's what I'm saying. Like if you have a broker that allows you to do this, that makes it a lot easier. And that's about the best way. So, yes, I think the IWM will outperform the Qs. Yep. And it doesn't really have anything to do with like I'm uber bearish the Qs, but I just don't see them performing like this going forward. So, yeah, I do think the IWM will outperform.